Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to build an AI agent to auto-analyze Google Forms training feedback. So I am a corporate trainer and on regular basis, I am conducting various training sessions in my organizations for the employees. After each of the training session, I am receiving a form response for the feedback of the training session and I need to generate a summary for each of the long form response and add the details in my Google Sheets. To create this amazing automation, I am not going to use any coding and programming skills. I will be simply connecting my Google Forms with my AI agent, that is OpenAI, and my Google Sheets, and my work is done. To build this amazing connection, I'm going to use an amazing automation and integration software, that is Pabbly Connect. So for your business, if you also want to learn this amazing automation step by step, for that you have to come towards my screen. Welcome to my screen everyone. In this video, we are going to learn step by step how to build an AI agent to automate analysis and summary of training feedback forms. So I am a corporate trainer and I'm receiving multiple feedbacks after every training sessions. And I want to create a systematic record of all the responses. I want to generate the summary for each of the long response so that with the help of the summary, I can improve my work. Now, to automate this entire process, I will have to build the connection between my Google Forms where I am receiving the responses, my AI agent which is going to generate the summary for me, and the Google Sheets in which I want to create a systematic record. Okay, to build this connection, I'm not going to use any coding and programming skills. I will be simply integrating all these applications with the help of Pabbly Connect and my work is done. Before moving forward, I'm going to show you that how this automation is actually going to work. So whenever a participant after the training session are going to submit this particular form that I've created, let's say the name of the participant is test user. Let's say the email is training session is, let's say, WhatsApp automation. The date of the training was, let's say, 20th of May. Let's say that overall rating is 5. What did you like the most? Let's say I'm going to enter real business chatbots. What could be improved? Interactive sessions and practical assignments. And let's say the suggestion could be more practical project works. As I'm going to submit this training session feedback form, I will take you towards Google Sheets. And here you can see that the record is automatically created. And also here you can see we have a summary that is providing us the entire analysis of the feedback form submitted. So in this way, the automation is actually going to work. We do not have to do anything manually once we are setting up this automation. Every time the form will be submitted by your participant, the record and the summary will be automatically added in your Google Sheets for your reference. So now without any further wait, let's start learning this amazing automation step by step for our business. To start with the process, first of all, in a new tab, we need to type pabbly.com/connect in our browser. As we will do that, it is going to take us towards the landing page of Pabbly Connect, where we can find two options, sign in and sign up for free. So in case if you are already an existing user, just click on sign in to log into your account directly. But if you are a new user, you have to click on this sign up for free button. It will help you to create a free new account just in 2 minutes. Also, when you will do that, you are going to receive 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. Now, as an existing user, currently I'm going to click on sign in. This is the all app section where we can find all the products that are offered by Pabbly. To create our automation, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. Now it is going to take us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect where we can find all the workflows that we have created. Also, we can create separate folders over here on the same dashboard to save the workflow separately and accordingly. Now to create a new workflow, let's click on this create workflow option. Here a dialog box is appear in front of us which is asking us to provide a name to this workflow. So first of all, I'm going to give a name over here. Build an AI agent to auto-analyze Google Forms training feedback. After giving the name, now I'm going to select the folder. So you can see I have a list of folders over here. Among these folders, the automation which I'm going to create is related to AI. So I'm going to select AI automations as my folder. And now I'm going to click on create. So my workflow is created, as you can see. Over here, we are going to go towards a new screen. The new screen contains two extremely important windows. We have trigger and action over here. So trigger and actions are the two main concepts, the principles, or we can say these are the building blocks on which entire automation runs. Here the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can add as many action steps as we want. Now, let's suppose here I want that every time I'm going to receive a new feedback form submission for the training session, automatically the analysis summary should be generated with the help of my AI agent. So I'm going to take Google Forms in trigger and my AI agent, that is OpenAI, in action application. when we are going to build the connection between these applications. So we will see that action is going to follow what the trigger commands, because when the trigger happens, that means when the form is submitted by the attendee, then only the summary for the analysis is going to be generated, otherwise not. So after understanding the whole concept of trigger in action, let us start creating this automation step by step. To start with the process, first of all, let's go towards our trigger step, and here we are going to select our trigger application as Google Forms. Then we have to select the trigger event. So on the happening of its specific event inside Google Forms, you want to capture the response. So I want that when a new response will be received inside Google Forms, then my workflow should start. So here we have received a webhook URL, and also we have received some instructions. We have to insert the webhook URL inside Google Forms to build the connection between Google Forms and Pabbly Connect. And how we will do that? By following the given instructions. Do not worry, I am going to show you each and every step. So first of all, let's copy the webhook URL, and then I'm going to take you towards my form. So this is the training session feedback form that I've created. It contains name, email address, training session attended by the participant. Then we have the date of the session. We have the overall rating they want to give. We have some other questions as well. After coming on the form which you want to connect, you have to go towards responses. And here you can see the option of link to sheets. Basically, to connect our Google form to Pabbly Connect, we have to link this form with the Google Sheets. So let's click on the button, and we are going to go towards a new spreadsheet. Let's click on this create button. So the form is going to be linked with a Google Sheet. And now whenever a form is going to be submitted by your participant, then the response of that form submission is going to be created over here in the form of a record. Now, as I told you, we are going to build the connection between this Google Sheet and Pabbly Connect with the help of webhook URL. First of all, for that, let's capture a response. So I'm going to take you back towards Google Forms. I will go and publish the form quickly. As I have published the form, now I'm going to submit this form in front of you so that the record could be created over here in the spreadsheet, and then we will move forward. Okay. So I've copied the link of the form, and I'm going to open it in a new tab. So let's start entering the details. Let's say the name of the participant of the training session is Smart User. Let's say the email is smart@pabblitudes.com. Let's say the training session attended is AI Agent Basics. Then let's say the date over here is, date of the session was 4th of May 2025. Here we have the overall rating. Let's say I'm going to provide 5. What did you like the most about the session? So I'm going to give the answer, let's say as live demo. Then here it is asking what could be improved. So I'm going to give the answer as add more question and answer time. And the suggestions or the comments could be include industry case study. So here I'm going to quickly submit the form now. As I have submitted the form, I will go back towards the sheet, and you can see that the record is automatically added because the sheet is already connected with our form. All right. Now we are going to go back towards Pabbly Connect. Again, we will copy the webhook URL. We will go back towards the sheet, and we have to go towards extensions. Here we have the option of add-ons. So let's go towards get add-ons, and it is going to take us towards Google Workspace Marketplace, where we need to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks. So Pabbly Connect webhooks is a very important extension which we need to install inside Google Sheets to build the connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect. You can see that here I have already installed the add-on. So I'm going to click on cross. Okay, now I'm going to go back towards extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks. But before moving forward, if you are installing the add-on for the very first time, you also have to refresh your spreadsheet once. Then only you will be able to see the option of Pabbly Connect webhooks under extensions. Now I'm going to go towards initial setup. Here we have the webhook URL, so let's paste it. Then we have to provide the trigger column. So in your spreadsheet, you have to decide a column which is going to act as your trigger column. And the concept of trigger column says that whenever in your spreadsheet, a new row is going to be added up till this column, the entire row is going to be immediately sent towards Pabbly Connect. I have the columns up till I, so I'm going to decide I as my trigger column, because I want that whenever the form is going to be submitted up till I column, when the record is going to be added inside spreadsheet of the form, then only the data should be sent towards Pabbly Connect and not before that. So now after entering the webhook URL and the trigger column, I'm going to click on send test in order to send the test response of the second row towards Pabbly Connect. Let's submit the initial setup. I will click on cross, and I'm going to take you back towards Pabbly Connect. The response is captured over here, and now as the response is received, we have received all the details that we have in the spreadsheet. That means the form response. So we have the question answers, the date and time at which the form was submitted. Here we have other details as well. Okay, so now as the connection is built, we have to make sure that every time the form is going to be submitted by the training participant, then the response should be immediately captured towards Pabbly Connect. Okay, for that we have to go back towards extensions. Here we have the option of Pabbly Connect webhooks. We have to click on the button send on event. As we have done that, now we have made sure that every time the form will be submitted and the record is going to be added inside our spreadsheet, the data will be keep on sending automatically towards Pabbly Connect. Now let's move forward and we are going to generate the summary for this long form response. And to generate the summary, as I am using my AI agent OpenAI, so I'm going to go towards my action application and I'm going to select OpenAI. Okay, if you're using any other AI application as your AI agent, you can also select that. My action event is going to be ChatGPT because I want to generate my content by using it. I'm going to click on connect. To build the connection between OpenAI and Pabbly Connect, make sure that you are already logged into your OpenAI platform. Any application which you're connecting with Pabbly Connect should be logged in before building this connection. Then the process of your connection is going to become simple and easier. Here we have two options, add new connection and select existing connection. So in case if you already have an existing connection, you can quickly select that. To create a new connection, click on add new connection button and here you have to provide the token. So to get the token, just click on this hyperlink. It is going to take you towards API keys page of OpenAI platform. Here we have multiple keys I have created for different purposes. Now here we have the option of create new secret key. You can provide a name to your key as well. I have just given a random name, training session. You can also select the project in which you want to save your key. And here we have to click on this create secret key button. The key is ready. Let's copy it, go back, and you have to paste the key over here like this. When you will click on save, your connection between OpenAI and Pabbly Connect will become successful. I already have built an existing connection between OpenAI and Pabbly Connect. So currently I'm going to go with that. You can see that my connection between OpenAI and Pabbly Connect is built. Now here, first of all, we have to select the AI model by using which we want to generate our content. So you can see I have multiple models over here. Among these models, I'm going to select the cost effective model, that is GPT-4o mini. Now we have to move forward towards the very important and the highlight step of this automation, that is to provide the prompt. Prompt is the command which we have to provide to our AI agent or to our ChatGPT if you're using, that what you actually wanted to do for you. Because I want to generate the summary of the feedback form response, I will have to provide all the details that I've received from the form response, such as the name of the participant, their email address, the linear scale they have submitted, and all other details. And also I will have to instruct it that what kind of content I want, what kind of summary I want to generate, whether it should be in a short paragraph, in a single line, or how we want the content to be generated. Also, you will have to include all the details which you do not want, such as specific words, symbols, or spaces which you want to ignore in your response. Okay. So the prompt should be on point, clear, and well instructed. So according to my use case here, my prompt is going to be, so you are an assistant analyzing training feedback. First of all, I've provided the role which my AI agent needs to perform. Here is a new feedback submission. I'm going to provide all the details that I've received, name, session attended, rating, what they liked, areas to improve, additional suggestions. Please return a concise summary like this: sentiment, positive or negative, key positives, improvements, suggestions. And here I'm going to enter, give a 2-line summary. Give a 2-line summary for the entire form response. One by one, I'm going to enter the details now. So here, first of all, I'm going to enter the name of the participant. Okay. We have received all the details in our earlier response. So instead of entering it manually, we will be mapping the data. Here you can see we have the name of the participant. I'm going to directly insert it like this from the previous step. As I've inserted the data, I have mapped it. When we map a data like this, it becomes dynamic and automatically with every new response, then it is going to replace. Then we have the session attended. Then we have the rating. So as we are mapping these details, this means that whenever a new response is going to be captured by the participant, when they are going to submit the form response, the details which we are going to map over here will get replaced. And in this way, we will be automating the entire process of generating summary for each of the form response submission. Because if we will enter the data manually, like rest of the prompt, it will become static and then it is not going to replace. Okay, what they like. So we have the answer, live demo, the areas of the improvement, and the additional suggestions if we have. I've mapped all the details and now I'm going to quickly click on save and send test request button. We got the response. Here we have sentiment, that is positive, key positives, and here we have the overall summary. Now we are going to quickly insert this data inside our Google Sheet. So I'm going to use the same sheet. I'm going to add a new column over here. That is going to be feedback summary. And I'm going to update this cell with a summary that we have received through OpenAI. So let's click on this add action step button. We will again select Google Sheets as our action application. We will click on action event and here I'm going to select update cell. I want to update the cell value. And now let's click on connect. I will go with an existing connection only as the connection is already built earlier. Now we have to select the spreadsheet. So it is already selected, as you can see, training session feedback. Then we have the sheet name as well. We have to provide the range. Range is a combination of column and row. That is the name of the cell. So in this cell, you can see I want to update the summary. Okay, the cell name is, as you can see, J2. J is the column name and 2 is the row index. Column is going to be same each time because we are going to add the summary every time in the same column for which we have decided for feedback summary and not in any other column. But the rows are going to be dynamic because every time a new form is going to be submitted, the summary is going to be added in different rows. Okay, so we have to make the range dynamic in such a way that the column should be static and the row should be dynamic. So I'm going to enter column manually to make it static, but here I'm going to map the row index that I've received in my earlier response to make it dynamic. Okay. Now here we have to provide the value that you want to update, and this is the summary that I want to update in my cell. I have mapped that, and now let's click on save and send test request button. We got the response, and here I'm going to take you towards my Google Sheets. And you can see that the summary is added. This means our connection is built between Google Forms, OpenAI and Google Sheets. Now every time after the training session, the form for the feedback is going to be submitted. Automatically the response will be captured, and with the help of AI agent, a summary is going to be generated for that entire form response, which is then going to be automatically updated in my Google Sheets for further record. Okay, now I hope this automation is clear to you. Also, it is helpful for your business. You can also very easily create it without any coding and programming skills. So thank you for watching.
Not only this automation, but you can create multiple such amazing automations for your business with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you want to connect us, you can mail us at support@pabbly.com. For any of your queries, you can ask at forum.pabbly.com. And for any of your pricing related issue, you can visit the website given over here. If the video was helpful for you, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.